Hello guys, welcome back to another video. So we are back with another EGR delete tutorial. So we're going to be working on the BMW M47 engine today, but the procedure is the exact same for the BMW M57 as well. Now then, the EGR delete kit that I'm going to be installing today has been provided by Darkside Developments. If you don't know who Darkside Developments are, they are a company here based in the UK and they specialise in diesel tuning. Now I've used a number of their products in the past and they really are top quality. So I'm actually going to go ahead and show you what the EGR delete kit consists of, and then we'll get outside and let's get cracking. Okay then, so right here we have our EGR and EGR cooler delete kit. So first thing is first, we have our EGR delete. This is just a straight pipe that essentially replaces the EGR valve. That comes with 4 new bolts. We also have the exhaust blank which comes with 2 new bolts. Then we have this new silicone pipe which replaces our current rubber intake pipe. That comes with 2 heavy duty Jubilee clips. Then we have our coolant pipe blanks, and that comes with 2 new Jubilee clips. And then we have some miscellaneous items. I believe this is if you just want to blank the EGR cooler as opposed to removing it completely, so I don't think we're going to be needing this. Then we have these small screws which I believe are for the vacuum line. I could be wrong. Then we have a Darkside sticker, of course, which will probably be going on the EGR delete after we're done. And if you want to purchase this kit yourself, there will be a link in the description box below. And if you use code George Osters, you will get free shipping as well. Now let's get outside and let's get this kit installed. Okay then, so let's get right into things. So first thing is first, we want to remove the engine cover. So I'll remove this one at the front first. Slides off. And then the main engine cover is held in by 4, possibly 5 screws. These 4 main ones are a 5mm Allen screw. Once we have those removed, once we have those 4 removed, you may have another one if your cover goes over your power steering fluid reservoir. That is a 4mm Allen screw. There it is. Now the main engine cover should just pull off. There we are. Okay then, so first thing we're going to want to do is just remove this cable here. It's just held in by this pipe, this hard pipe. And then if we unplug the intake air temperature sensor, there we are, that's that removed. And then we need to remove this bracket on the EGR valve itself. It's just held in by a T25 screw. And if we unclip it from the intake manifold as well, there we are. That's that out of the way then. Next thing we're going to want to do is remove this intake pipe fully from both sections, because we do have a replacement silicone pipe to go on there. So just use a flat bladed screwdriver or a 7mm socket. Should be able to pull this off now. There we are. There's this pipe removed then. We can actually go ahead and slide the vacuum hose off of the EGR valve itself as well. There we are, that's that removed. Next thing then is remove this Jubilee clamp that holds the EGR cooler to the EGR valve itself. Again, use a flat bladed screwdriver or 7mm socket. And you're going to want to open this up all of the way just so you can fully remove it. There we go, you can take this off now. There's that clamp removed. And now we should be able to remove the EGR valve itself. It's just held in by these 4 10mm bolts. And there we are then, that's those 4 bolts removed. The EGR valve should now come away. There we are, so EGR valve removed. Okay then, so now we can get started on the coolant pipes. So the first one is down here. This is where one of the coolant blanks is going to go, and the other one is just up here. So to remove that one at the bottom, it's held in by a Jubilee clamp, so again 7mm socket or a flat bladed screwdriver, and the one at the top here is held in by one of those retaining clips, so you need to use a pick, pry it outwards, and then it should just pull off in theory, but I'm guessing this thing is going to be pretty seized on, as they usually are. So I went ahead and loosened this Jubilee clip on the lower coolant hose, so it's just going to be a case of wiggling this off. We just have a little bit of coolant running out there, not too much though. Okay then, so while this is still dripping, we can actually just go ahead and install our first coolant blank. So that just slides over like so, and obviously we have a Jubilee clamp to secure it in place. And there we go then, that's our first coolant blank in place, secured by our new Jubilee clamp. And then if we move on to our other coolant hose, it should pull off. And now we can go ahead and install another blank on there as well. So there we go then, that's our second coolant pipe blanked. We can get started in removing the EGR cooler now. So the EGR cooler itself is held in by a total of 5 bolts. So we have 3 6mm Allen bolts. If you take a look through that gap there between the cooler and the thermostat, there is one. There is also one directly below it. There is also one here as well, holding it onto this bracket. Then there is 2 Torx bolts. If we take a look down there where it bolts onto the exhaust manifold, they are a T45 bolts. So we need to remove all 5 of them. Then the cooler should then come away from the engine. So there is one. It's a short bolt. There is 2. There is 3, so that is all 3 of the Allen bolts. This thing should be pretty loose now. Yes, it is. Just a case of unbolting the Torx bolts where the EGR cooler bolts onto the exhaust manifold. There we are. And there we go then. That's the EGR cooler fully removed. Now it is worth noting that there is a collar that comes down over this fitting here, so once you remove the bolts you do need to slide the collar out of the way, and then you can then pull this away from the exhaust manifold. Next thing to do then is install the blanking plate on the exhaust manifold, which if we take a look down here, this is that collar that I was talking about. It just slide out the way. So if we go ahead and place this on the exhaust manifold and then slide this collar back over it, then we can install our 2 new bolts. And there we go then. The exhaust manifold blanking plate is now in place with both of the bolts tightened down. Next thing we need to do then is install this straight pipe, which is just held in on the intake manifold by those 4 bolts. Okay, so we'll install this in place with our new bolts. I'll just go ahead and give these a quick tighten down. These do not need to be tight, obviously it's just going into a plastic intake manifold. Just needs to be hand tight. There we are, tighten off, and that's the straight pipe section installed. Now I think all that's left is the silicone hose. Now if we take a look at this angle here from the new straight pipe to the intake pipe here, we can see that this is not a right angle. So as is, our new silicone pipe is not going to fit. It's more of a 45-degree angle, you know, for the original rubber hose. So what you need to do is actually unclamp this from the lower rubber hose, and then you can actually twist this round to create the right angle that we need. And then we go ahead and install this onto here. We can see we then have the right angle that we need. And with the heavy duty clamps in place, I can go ahead and tighten these down. Okay, so just a couple more things left to do then. First of which is to plug our intake air temperature sensor back in. And it just goes in there like so. And we can just attach it back onto the intake manifold and onto here. And we can just tuck that under there. And then we need to blank off the vacuum hose as well with one of those screw-in blanks we have. So this is the one I'm going to screw into the vacuum hose. And there we go then, that's the vacuum hose blanked off. And with that done then, that is the complete EGR and EGR cooler delete done. And just take a look at how much better access we now have at the front of the engine with the EGR cooler gone. So we have better access to the thermostat, water pump, the vacuum pump, and anything we need to gain access to now, we haven't got to remove the EGR cooler to do so. And the fact that we've removed the EGR thermostat as well, that is one less thermostat to worry about. Okay then, so that is the EGR and EGR cooler delete done for the BMW M47 engine. Like I said, it's pretty much the exact same for the BMW M57 engine. Like I said, if you do want to check out this kit or you want to check out Darkside Developments, there will be some links down in the description box below. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please remember to give it a like, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you have not already done so, and I will see you all in that next one. Peace!